Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike O'Malley here with the Hurricane Outlook and discussion for October 13th, 2022, around 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a lot to talk about today, including Tropical Storm Carl now nearing landfall in portions of the Bay of Campeche, and a huge cold snap coming to portions of the eastern United States over the next couple of days. So let's go and jump straight into everything. Taking a look here at Tropical Storm Carl this morning, we noticed that the organization is still trying to get better, but it is not really able to do so because of strong shear across the basin right now. And so this system is going to struggle as it moves southward over the next day or two and eventually makes landfall somewhere in the Bay of Campeche down here across portions of Mexico as a low-end tropical storm, not really seeing any significant indications that this will get much stronger than what is currently forecast. Looking at the current track forecast for Tropical Storm Carl, we notice that the system is expected to be moving southward over the next couple of days. Landfall is expected across portions of the Bay of Campeche and Mexico sometime later tomorrow, and it is likely then once this crosses inland, this will become a post-tropical cyclone as it's dealing with the high elevation across that area, and so this will likely not remain a tropical cyclone into the Pacific side, but still some gusty winds, heavy rainfall expected, maximum sustained winds at landfall expected to be right around 40 miles per hour or so. When we talk about impacts from Tropical Storm Carl to portions of the Bay of Campeche and Mexico, the biggest concern here is going to be flooding, with a moderate risk of flooding over the next couple of days. Of course, the heavy rainfall threat is going to be the biggest concern. No real significant concern for storm surge and wind damage, so those threats are basically on the very low end scale there. And then the tornado threat, there is a low chance of tornadoes. Of course, dealing with tropical cyclones, you always have a threat for tornadoes, so still something to monitor, but flooding is certainly the main concern over the next few days. Now, switching things up here, besides the tropics, we are also watching winter weather probabilities as well. There is some risk for some cold weather to be occurring across portions of the eastern United States over the next couple of days, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. Looking at the forecast high temperatures for today, October 13th, we notice that across the south, the temperatures will be warm with temperatures in the 70s, and as you get down towards Florida in the south, you're going to be dealing with temperatures in the 80s. But across portions of Indiana, and especially northern Indiana and Ohio, temperatures will be generally in the 50s and 60s, and so it will be a cool day out there, but that's not it. If you look at the forecast high temperatures for Friday, we notice that the temperatures will be a lot cooler, especially across portions of Indiana and Ohio, and even into Pennsylvania there, with temperatures struggling to get out of the 50s, and temperatures even into the 60s across portions of the northern part of Carolina there, the South Carolina area. And so it's going to be a cool couple of days, but then especially on Saturday, we're going to start to notice that change. By the evening here of the 15th on Saturday, we start to notice that the temperatures are taking a pretty big dip here, and we're dealing with temperatures now that are down into the 40s across portions of the northern US here, and we're even dealing with low temperatures all the way into the 50s across portions of South Carolina and Georgia, all the way down there to near Charleston. So cool temperatures are coming as that front begins to sag south. So taking a look here at the temperature probability across the eastern and most of the US here, we're taking a look here at the CPC outlook that has been released just a few days ago. We notice that there is a high probability of below average temperatures, about a 70% chance of below average temperatures across portions of the eastern third of the US. And then, of course, with that positive PNA pattern, we're dealing with the Pacific being warmer with a 70% chance of an above average temperature probability across that area. So certainly going to be very warm across portions of the western US, and across the eastern US, we're going to be dealing with cooler temperatures, more potential for these winter type setups to occur over the next couple of weeks. So certainly bundle up out there. So with that being said, of course, this is Mike O'Malley. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon and evening, and I'll talk to you guys again some more tomorrow.